Spain finally found their rhythm. Japan ran riot. Cape Verde's incredible story continues. Curaçao made World Cup history, and Belgium are running out of answers. It's been another huge day at the World Cup, with dominant performances, underdog stories, and a few teams whose hopes of reaching the knockout rounds are hanging by a thread. This is Sports Chase 101, and we're breaking down all the biggest talking points. Let's get started. Spain 4, Saudi Arabia 0. Spain needed a response after that frustrating draw with Cape Verde. Fair play, they delivered. They blew Saudi Arabia away in the first half and never looked back. Lamine Yamal opened the scoring after just 10 minutes on his first ever World Cup start. And what a moment that is for the teenager. Then Mikel Oyarzabal took over. The Spain forward scored twice in quick succession to effectively put the game to bed before half-time. An own goal from Hassan Al-Tambakti made it 4-0, and from that point on, Spain was simply cruising. Saudi Arabia barely laid a glove on them. For me, the biggest takeaway is simple. Spain are up and running. Yamal looks completely at home on the biggest stage, and after a performance like that, it's easy to see why so many people still consider Spain one of the favourites for this tournament. Japan 4, Tunisia 0. Now Japan are looking seriously dangerous. They absolutely swept Tunisia aside with a dominant 4-0 victory, and to be honest, the result could have been even worse. Daichi Kamada got things started inside 4 minutes, giving Japan the perfect opening. Then came Ayase Ueda. The striker produced a lovely finish to double the lead before adding his second of the night late on with a clever looping header. In between, Junior Ito got on the scoresheet as Japan continued to pile in the pressure. And the most impressive part, Tunisia didn't manage a single shot on target all game. That tells you everything you need to know about how dominant Japan were. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Tunisia are heading home, while Japan move level on points with the Netherlands and head into the final group game full of confidence. On this form, they're a team nobody will want to face. Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. Now this might be one of the stories of the tournament so far. Cape Verde have done it again. After holding Spain in their opening match, they've now taken a point off Uruguay as well, and they did it the hard way. Kevin Pina gave Cape Verde the lead with a stunning free kick from long range, sending their fans into dreamland. But Uruguay responded. Maxi Araujo and Agustin Canobio both found the net as Uruguay turned the game around, and at that point, it felt like the favourites were about to get the job done. But Cape Verde refused to give in. Helio Varela took advantage of a mistake at the back to fire home the equaliser, and from there, Cape Verde kept believing. In fact, they even pushed for a winner late on. 2 games, 2 draws, still unbeaten. And remember, this is their first ever World Cup. What a story. What a tournament they're having. Belgium 0, Iran 0. Now this one won't live long in the memory for Belgium fans. They had 23 shots, dominated possession, and somehow still couldn't find a way through. A big reason for that was Alireza Beranvand. The Iran goalkeeper was outstanding and produced a string of important saves to keep Belgium out. Belgium's night got even worse when Nathan Ngoy was shown a red card in the second half, and from that point on, the frustration really started to grow. Iran thought they'd stolen it late on when Mehdi Taremi found the back of the net, but after a VAR check, the goal was ruled out for offside. So in the end, both sides had to settle for a point. For Belgium though, there are some serious questions to answer. 2 games, 2 draws, and for a team with players like Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku, that's simply not good enough. The pressure is starting to build. Ecuador 0, Curaçao 0. And speaking of underdogs, Curaçao have just made a little bit of World Cup history. The tournament debutants picked up their first ever World Cup point after holding Ecuador to a goalless draw. And they have one man to thank more than anyone else, Eloy Room. The Curaçao goalkeeper produced an incredible performance, making 15 saves to keep Ecuador out all night long. Honestly, Ecuador threw everything at them. They had 27 shots, hit the crossbar, and created chance after chance, but they simply couldn't find a way through. For Curaçao, this is a huge result, a first ever World Cup point, and another reminder that anything can happen on football's biggest stage. For Ecuador, though, it's a real problem. They've now gone 2 games without scoring and will likely need a result against Germany in their final group match to keep their hopes alive. Meanwhile, Curaçao are still dreaming, and right now one of the biggest stories of this tournament is still being written. And that's all for today's World Cup roundup. Spain are up and running, Japan look like a team nobody will want to face, Cape Verde continue to defy expectations, Curaçao have made a little bit of history, and Belgium are feeling the pressure heading into their final group game. With places in the knockout rounds on the line, the drama is only going to get bigger from here. Let me know in the comments which team has impressed you the most so far and who you think could be this tournament's biggest surprise package. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and join the chase here on Sports Chase 101. Thanks for watching, enjoy the football, and I'll see you in the next one.